hell I'm gonna be in today.
I
Okay.
love it.
What,
I
Hey,
love
got
it.
this.
what virus do we
What
get today?
fresh internet hell do we have in store?
Internet chlamydia.
DJ, spit that shit.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
That's right on too. I just set a new course. We're going to Cloud City. It's a mighty good gin and tonic. She makes me up another.
Impressive, now release your anger. You must have sensed that your friends are in danger.
Why'd you slice off my hand?
It's imperative that you understand. Obi-Wan would never bother. Tell me too about your father.
He told me enough. He told me you killed him.
Then there's something I must reveal. Then I'm your father. 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 I'm your father.
Knock him out the box, Luke. Knock him out. Knock him out the box, Luke. Knock him out. Knock him out the box, Luke. Knock him out. Knock him out the box, Luke. Knock him out. Knock him out the box, Luke.
Welcome to Films in Black and White, everybody.
All right.
How are you all feeling? It is a great Monday to be with you all. Yo, the man, the myth, the legend, Bryan Roush is back.
He's back, baby.
From
I'm
taking
back,
care of
baby.
business. Whatever.
Yeah.
We're not sure what business it was, but he was taking care of it.
Taken care of.
Yeah. So
Damn.
super excited Brian's back. Y'all, we got a gamesy episode. There's gonna be Bryan came prepared. He basically he felt like he was missing something. So he came back and he was like, I have all of the things for us to do, which I'm very excited about. Might be a couple of news pieces in there, but we're just gonna have some fun. We're just gonna have some fun and get into it. But I don't want to waste any more time.
Oh,
So I'm going to kick it on over to Bryan Roush, and I have to squint because I'm an old man.
Hello.
Holographic Charizard. Bryan, how you feeling,
me.
sir?
I'm feeling great. I got Pokemon card fever. My sons have just discovered Pokemon cards, and it's over. It's all over for us as a family.
The fever has started. Yeah,
it's bad. I mean, it's good. It's good because I used to play Pokemon cards like 20-ish, 15, 20 years ago. But like my kids, so like at school, some kids had them.
Mm-hmm.
And so my oldest Liam was like, Dad, they have Pokemon cards. And then my second oldest Parker, he's like, yeah, I love Pokemon and I can have them as pieces of paper. You're telling me I can do this? I sure can, man. So they have been using their spending money to buy Pokemon cards.
There you go.
And they're like, how do I play? So like, here I am. Ready to teach you the ways of my people, children. So gather round. I'm here to talk to you about energy and trainer cards and how to evolve your Charmeleon. So we're getting into that. They're getting on Christmas lists, but the amount of conversation I've had about Pokemon cards in the past 2 days has been a lot. And my wife is now learning about Pokemon cards. So she's like, I feel like I'm gonna have to get a deck now. So now it looks like everyone's just gonna get a deck of Pokemon cards for Christmas.
That's pretty cool.
Like,
that's pretty
so,
cool.
I
Bryan,
mean, Pokemon cards are to elementary school what cigarettes are to prison. Kids just trade them.
I was not
for
expecting that.
ready for that.
whatever they want. It's like, hey, can I borrow that crayon? There's an oddish if you give me that crayon. So
when's the last time you've been to school?
It's a great question. I mean, I'm actively 37, so it's been a minute. There was a moment like where Harrison went through this exact same phase.
Yes.
And I just heard them like, yeah, we got, we're doing some trades and we're swapping cards. And I'm like, what are we doing? And so
Pokemon Wall Street.
That's all that this is. There is a marketplace for these that is entirely made up. And it's my favorite.
The last thing I'll say about this is like, so I'm talking to Liam on Saturday and he's like, hang on, I'll go get my other cards. And he just pulls like a wad of cards out of his backpack. I'm like, where did you get those? He's like, oh, I traded them. And I was like, how you don't have cards to trade? Like, how did this happen? He's like, well, I started with Jimmy. Jimmy gave me a Scyther. I turned that Scyther into a War Turtle. And then I really wanted, I cannot remember. It's like a Tornadoist. And he's like, so I really wanted a holographic Tornadoist. And I was like, you are like Wolf of Wall Street.
He took that is like, hey, watch me turn this paperclip into a Tesla. And he was like, long story short, Dad, I now have a first edition Charizard holographic.
Pretty much. That's where we're at.
Trade it, but recess was over. Like
I think the market's closed.
I think the difference with your children specifically, both of y'all's children, both of y'all's sets of kids. What the difference is with y'all's lineage of bloodline is these kids are smart.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like they are going to be.
Didn't know where you were going with that.
They're so white. Okay,
they are very white. They're very white children.
All right, so Doug, CrossFit Burglar.
CrossFit Burglar.
What's up with you, man?
Here's what I got. Look, y'all. I want to talk about. I had a good weekend.
Good.
Like 60 degrees. I went out and got leaves done.
Oh, okay.
So great before today. Leaves. Yeah, it was great before today. I do have this thing though where Bryan nags in my head sometimes, but not for the times you expect, because every time I do yard work, because Bryan had this whole thing like he went off on once about like yard work, and ever since then I've been like, Bryan probably wouldn't do his leaves, like, because he's mad about it. Like,
oh golly, I do hate yard work. I do, with a burning passion. I understand, man. I understand. I still got leaves to do.
I don't know why, but like there was this thing where you said like, oh, you don't have to keep up. Like, why you got to mow your yard? It was like in May, and you were like against mowing your yard for a second. And so now every time I have this doubt in my head, it's just manifests itself into Bryan being like, you don't need to do that, Doug.
I didn't mow my yard for like a solid 6 weeks at one point.
That would give me I would be itching if that happened.
Apparently, I thought it would help the bees, and then research came out like, it doesn't really matter. So I was like, cool, I was the weird guy on the block just for nothing. Cool, but it's too late now. It's fine.
Someone would have to tie me to a chair and let me just, because I'd be looking out there, and I would be. That's where like 55-year-old Doug would like turn out, and I'd look at it and I'd turn to Brittany. I'd be like, oh, we should cut it. This is so long. Look at how long it is.
Get the ruler out.
There's two things that I have found myself turning into my dad. One is the yard. Yeah. Two is when we were growing up, we had this big tree that was dying in the backyard. And that became my dad's, like, just, that tree's gonna fall. And he always used to say that fucking tree's gonna come down. And so we always used to say that's his fucking tree. Like that's the fucking tree. And I caught myself the other day. We have a tree in the front yard that's losing branches.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's gonna die. And I caught myself looking at it going, God, that fucking tree just looks terrible. And that's when I was like, son of a bitch. Like
it happens so quick, doesn't it?
Yeah. I woke up and I was like, well, I need to go do something young. What do young people do? Like, I just had to like.
Are you burgled while CrossFitting? Is that
no? Here's the thing that blew my fucking mind. So y'all remember the movie Home Alone and Home Alone 2?
Yes, Macaulay Culkin.
My kids watched.
Supposed to be a murder movie.
Yeah, we watched Home Alone on Friday, and then they were in a Home Alone feel, like a Home Alone vibe. So we watched Home Alone 2 on Saturday.
Okay.
Yes, those are both Christmas movies. Back off. Back off. Okay. Back off. I know what you were gonna say.
So you have no problem watching Home Alone.
Apparently not, Marcus.
Yeah, right. So not on just one Home Alone, but multiple Home Alones, but a Christmas tree.
What am I supposed to do?
Music?
When my whole what am I supposed to do here?
Hold on, Doug. Sorry, I'm talking to Bryan right now. Bryan, what is the exception?
Is it because the movie's at Christmas, but it's not a Christmas movie? Are we in a Die Hard situation here?
Interesting, because everything in all three of those movies are about Christmas. We should talk about this a little bit later.
You're right.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do here while my children are like, Dad, let's watch a movie? Am I supposed to be like, actually, if that's a Christmas movie,
you do it to us. Why not?
You two can go fuck yourselves.
If Harrison asked Alexa to play some Christmas music, you would tell him to turn it off.
I have done that.
Wow. Doug, I think what you're experiencing is your
have
heart
done that.
growing 3 times the size that it normally is. And if I could, I'd take an
y'all-
enlarged X-ray over your heart and it would bust the X-ray.
Yo, strap in because Brittany. Okay, let me finish my thought on Home Alone, then we'll circle back to Christmas.
Let's do it.
So, anyway, the first one, these two are painted as like idiots, these burglars.
Yes.
But in the second one, when they're getting attacked in the house, they are framed as if they are the strongest fucking burglars you've ever seen in your life. So Joe Pesci's head gets lit on fire, and he does a straight handstand upside down push-up to put his head in a toilet.
Oh man, I don't remember that at all.
And I looked at it and I was like, so we're just doing handstand push-ups into toilets? Like, is that just what we're doing? And then the other one takes himself from a dead hang and then goes straight up over the edge, like just in a gaping hole. And then the third one is they're climbing a rope and they're not even using their legs at all. And so I said to Brittany, I was like, I looked at her, I was like, these are the strongest burglars I've ever seen in the history of my life. And it just makes them getting beaten by a child so much better.
Doug, I think there's a market here. I think you start a TikTok channel. I think you make CrossFit videos based on the Christmas movies, and you make a workout regimen. You know how that lady did? I don't know. She's like in a Halloween leotard. I don't know, but she like did a Halloween song, exercise song.
You know what's
you
really
should
funny?
do that.
You know what's really funny, Brian? I had that thought where I was
Did you
like,
really?
we could do the Home Alone 2, where it's like dodge the bricks. Okay, we got to do burpees to dodge the bricks. Like I had this thought of like, how can we do this?
Yes,
like overall,
I'm here for it. So I will subscribe to your newsletter, sir. Yep. And if you're on our live stream, Marcus pulled up the Grinch's heart grew 3 sizes that day, which is exactly what happened to Doug when his kids asked him to watch a Christmas movie before Thanksgiving.
Look, you all,
I believe.
Strap in, because Brittany and I talked about our Thanksgiving plans, and in an effort to not come home early, I am going to put my Christmas tree up next week Saturday.
Wow,
Brian, we got him.
Folks,
ladies and gentlemen,
let me read you this text message. I want to read.
We're getting a premium.
Yes.
I want you to read. I want you to read this text message from Brittany. She goes, this is what she said. This is how my wife knows me. Hey, we need to talk about Thanksgiving. If we want to come back Saturday afternoon to do our tree on Sunday, we need to move our dinner reservation. Unless you want to set it up early like this weekend. Up to you. I don't think you want to set it up early. Like she goes,
up to you. I don't think you want to set it up early.
I don't think you want to set it up early.
Yeah.
But up to you. And listen to my response. Let's do it this weekend so we don't have to rush home. This is the most practical embrace of celebrating this holiday early. Good. So you know what you got me on? You didn't get me on sentiment or warmth or spirit. You got me on. Is it more practical for you to set it up early?
Brian, I have a question for you, Brian.
Take your win.
Brian, I have a question.
I think,
if while Doug is putting the Christmas tree up with his family,
of course,
do you believe that they are going to have a logical good time, or they are going to have a Christmassy family bonding good time?
It's clearly logical because it's the most efficient time.
It's the most good time to have your kid put the star on the tree is only strictly logical.
Ours is an angel.
Oh, it's an angel.
Oh, it's an angel. Okay, all right.
Okay.
Well, clearly,
only a logical person would know the difference between the star and an angel.
Yeah, by metrics, that's going to be the most joyous time, Marcus.
Got it.
That's the feedback we've seen.
I know what shape. I know what shapes look like.
I know what shapes look like.
Well, welcome, Doug, to the club of hanging up your Christmas tree. Well, putting up your Christmas tree before Thanksgiving. It's a good place. We got 3 of them up. So,
Al Gore's internet acting up again.
Al Gore.
Yep, Al Gore's internet.
Yeah, is he back?
All right, I think Doug's with us.
He's not with us.
Okay,
am I back? I don't know. Who knows?
This is a terrible lag.
You two continue on. If I am,
without me.
I hate Al Gore. I hate the internet. I just hate. Like that is just where I'm at.
Man,
I just hate.
One day,
just
Al Gore's just gonna
just-
pop on the stream and be like, "I didn't do anything."
I didn't do
I
it.
want you all both to know that I bought a Wi-Fi extender for this room to stop
Oh.
this. So hopefully this is the last day we have to do this.
It went back down. his heart shrunk. It went right back
The
down.
heart is
Yep.
now shrinking.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Marcus, how are you? How are
carry
you
on.
doing?
I'm doing good. I just want more people to join the Patreon so Doug can upgrade his Wi-Fi. But other than that, I'm doing pretty good. I was locked in this weekend, handling just business and things I needed to do.
Yeah, you definitely were locked in. There
Yeah,
was one moment where I knew you were locked in,
Yep.
and that's when I knew. I was
That
like,
was
"Ooh,
so silly, man."
Marcus is just fucking on his shit."
I'm not even gonna tell y'all what that moment was, but
I'm
that was
happy to tell you about it
was-
because it was a great
that's
moment.
just for the that was just for the chat. That was just for the chat. All I remember is I was reviewing the messages that I missed, and somebody says that's a whole lot of chess.
Yeah, it was a lot. Also, the way Bryan said, like, Doug, you can't send that without letting me know, made it seem like his kids
In
were just
broad
looking
daylight.
over his shoulder. And I
Brian
was like,
said, "Whoa, sitting that in broad daylight, huh?"
yeah, yeah, man.
Yeah. So
Okay. All right. Hang on a sec. I am not okay. Wait, no. Context is needed. Y'all are
It's
making
important.
me sound
might
like
as well. Might as well.
y'all are making me sound like a World War II radar technician. Like they're broadcasting in the open. They're gonna find our position. No, look, it was a weekend afternoon, and I opened up my chat and I saw a whole lot of Selena Gomez.
That wasn't like, did I not read the time right? Like, I thought that was like 7 o'clock that I saw.
Here's the thing, though,
I
with
don't
Twitter
remember.
and certain chats and people,
Yes.
people are nosy nowadays. It's not
That's
necessarily the fact that
I mean, I do have
Like-
3 nosy kids, and it's fine. It's
That's
fine.
true.
I
That's
I
true.
was not prepared to see like an Instagram quality picture of Selena Gomez.
I was surprised it was
immediately
in my Facebook feed.
dominating
in
the chat.
4K. Yeah, it
Yeah.
it wasn't us being
Um,
like sleazeballs, by the way, everybody. It was
no,
just
no,
like
no.
it was part of the conversation that was happening.
Yeah.
I
We're
think
not being
from-
Well,
gross.
and
yeah.
she's doing a ton of press for this new Netflix movie she just did too. So like, of course, it's like, oh my gosh, my feed is like Ariana Grande, Wicked,
Yes, a
Selena
lot.
Gomez,
Oh,
a lot.
yeah.
The
Everywhere.
Rock,
A lot.
red one.
Yeah,
Like, it's-
yeah.
that's it.
Mhm.
That's I forget that's why I've been seeing The Rock a lot more lately.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, there was no context. It was just like pow. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
okay,
it's just out there, right
there
after
she
this.
is.
Perfect.
No, I'm doing all right. And I just want to thank everybody for listening to Extortion. Like that almost has like 200 streams without like very little promo, nothing pushed,
good
nothing at
song.
all, just organic.
dude.
Thank you. And that's just on Spotify. So like that doesn't include all of the other streaming services and things like that. And so just want to tell everybody thank you for that. But yeah, I was locked in and I'm just getting my little shit off right now. My nickname, my AKA is Some Anime Suck, and that's
Oh.
okay. I ran into my first anime that sucks.
that?
Which one was it?
So I'm still trying to get through it. It's only 12 episodes. It's a Netflix specific anime. So Netflix has its own
Yeah.
like genre. It has its own genre of Netflix made anime or Netflix.
I
Netflix
agree with
specific
that.
Anime.
It does feel like its own genre a little bit. Yeah.
I mean, they're clearly labeled. They are like they
Mhm.
have a certain style to them. Like it is very
Yeah.
its own specific genre. It's called Cannon Busters, and
Okay.
I thought that I would like it because the premise is there's this guy. I've only gotten like through maybe 6 episodes. There's this guy. He can't die. Every time he dies, he comes back to life, and a new number pops up on his body. So, like, however many times that he's died.
Whoa.
He also operates this pink Cadillac. It's like a Western, a little bit futuristic Western. It's
Love
a
it.
pink Cadillac that transforms into a bull mecha. And so I'm like,
Okay.
all of this shit
All
sounds
that
like
shit sounds awesome.
Yeah,
it
that
should
sounds
be
awesome.
my shit, right? I just think certain animes. What I'm realizing is, for me, it's about how you tell the story that you're trying to sell and what order you go in, right? Because Dun has now, like, to me, it's still very good. The last episode was fucking phenomenal. Oh,
I
my
did
God.
not expect an anime to make me cry, but
That
here we
shit
are.
was so
Oh,
fucking good.
whoa,
I think that should get awards for that
That fucking
episode
episode was
alone.
awesome.
That
Yes.
episode was so fucking good.
It was so good.
I guess I gotta
But
watch it.
oh, it was good, Brian. It was like I legitimately, I was like, my throat had like a lump in it. Like it was so
Oh, man.
fucking good. I was not expecting that episode at all. But I was worried for a second there because they started off on this high. Then they had 2 episodes there that were kind of like, ooh, this is a fucking lull. Why did you put this story right here with only 10 episodes in your season? So I was like, ooh, and then they gave me this last episode, and I was like, fuck, what a way to lead into that shit. So I'm still on that boat. And Naruto almost lost me for a little bit there, but then Naruto had his fucking moment. But yeah, it's a good time. That the Cannon Busters, I'm gonna finish it, but it doesn't feel like it's for me. I've tried it 4 times over the span of the weekend. Yeah, I finished the episode and I'm like, it's just not worth it. So
I get it.
Yeah, I can't put this genie back in the bottle, but I'm gonna say it.
What up, Nikki?
Say it.
Look, there's an anime called Evangelion. Have either of you
I've heard of it, have not watched it.
No, I've never heard of it.
I am like on the precipice of recommending that we all watch it, but like it's not super long, but it's out there.
Okay.
Anyway. Bryan, this is on my list. I just added it to my list yesterday on Netflix.
Okay.
I mean, like, it's an experience, and I don't know, possibly a bonus episode, possibly something else. I mean, like the anime is long done. However, I feel like it's one of those animes where like it kind of set it. I don't know the right way to say it because this isn't my wheelhouse, but Evangelion like did this. I feel like there's a before and after point for Eva with how many fans it got so fast, and then like the way it ended and didn't end. Like there's a whole lore behind it. So maybe that's a bonus episode for another time. And then I love Nikki, I see you. I love Arcane.
I'm waiting for Arcane. I'm waiting for Arcane's second season to be done before I start.
Yes. I didn't realize that Arcane was like splitting it up and like I don't even know what they're calling them. Volumes, I think. Yes, Doug. That is the Google search for
this is all Marcus.
That was me.
This is Marcus.
Yeah.
No,
this is,
so if
not
people don't
driving
know,
this.
the basic premise is like it's mechs. So if you like mechs, this is for you. But also basically there are alien ? Entities that keep coming to Earth, and they have to keep fighting them off. And each episode is kind of sort of like an enemy of the week, but there is an entire narrative that happens in the background, essentially. There's lots of questions. There's some WTF moments. There's some characters that they're angels. I am so sorry. You're right. Needs caffeine. They're technically angels. They're not like aliens. So, and then I see, I'm glad I wasn't the only one baited about the second season of Arcane. I appreciate you saying that, Nikki, because that was not cool. But I also Netflix is doing that more and more.
Yeah.
I'm on board. What's wrong, Doug? Go ahead, man.
No, that looks like very much like my style of anime. Because I figured out that I think that there's pieces of it that make it hard for me to get into. Like, let me give you an example.
Yeah.
I watched like a preview or something for Hunter x Hunter, and it
sure.
sounds really good, but there's something about that anime style that just doesn't capture me. Whereas something like what we were just looking at, and then and Dun and others, that's very much my.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? Like, it's
That's
artistic.
fair.
I think, and that's the beauty of the medium, right? Is that it speaks to different people depending on the style and the artist, and that's what makes it great. But I think it's just really interesting, the difference in how one you can sign on to right away, but others it just takes a minute. So,
I mean, that was honestly, I think back to Star Wars Visions and all of those different versions of animation styles, and some of those episodes hit for me really, really hard. And then some of those I was just kind of like, oh, that was cool. It's still great art, but it just wasn't for me. I definitely thought Hunter x Hunter, going from Hunter x Hunter to Naruto, they feel like similar styles, but they're not. But going from Hunter x Hunter to Dun, that offbeat anime is my shit. Like that's what I'm finding out, is like I like that offbeat anime style. Got it. Okay. Yeah, Doug. I think Doug also might like My Hero Academia.
You told me about that before, Mark.
Yeah, I think that the lore behind that and explanation of quirks and all that, I think that you would enjoy that.
Yeah. Okay, dope. Well, Marcus, you keep us going on this.
Yeah,
like,
you're
I'm already on
inspiring
season
me.
4 of Naruto already. So like I am
Wow.
I'm booking it, maybe. I'm booking
You
it.
made it through like what, 2 seasons last weekend and 2 more
Yeah.
seasons this weekend?
It's so
Jeez.
easy to watch, and it's so good to watch when they really start. They be fucking fighting on this motherfucker, and I be invested. I be invested. I be like, y'all better dog walk his ass. Yeah, for sure.
Oh my god. Well, gentlemen, this was great. I
Great
don't want to
catch-up.
delay us anymore. So
you're
we
good.
got a little game we like to play called Catch That Quotable
Oh,
that
I'm
we're
not
gonna get
on the
into.
thing. Hold on.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Yeah. We got a little game we like to play called Catch That Quotable.
Catch that quotable.
Marcus J, because of Roman's millions.
Oh yeah,
smooth.
that was
Okay,
nice.
okay.
Yeah, see what I
Smooth
see what I did
transition.
there? Yeah, it's called
like
ad lib. Gentlemen, are
No way. Tell me more.
Tell me more
it's
about
where
it.
you don't know what you're gonna say, you just
Mm.
make it up.
Wow.
By the way,
Mm.
I
That's what
think
politicians do.
that's kind of
Hey.
like that's very true. Yeah, that's kind of like mansplaining. I think is fucking hilarious to me. To take a not to do it because that's
Right.
really
Oh.
dickish, but like
Yes.
when you do it as a joke, and it's like it's just funny to me. Like
Yeah.
there's something about it. It was like, oh, he's like a dog chasing cars. What does that mean? Oh, well, it's actually what it's like. Like
Okay.
that, just that, like the
So-
way that you shift into tone to be a
Sit
condescending
down.
Yeah.
ass.
I
is
think
just
I think that
like,
the
but
people
what you
who
don't know is like
the people who deny mansplaining to me, like
Yeah.
you act like you've never understood somebody being condescending.
yeah,
You know what I
Right.
mean? Like it's easy to explain mansplaining. Don't do that shit. You know what I mean?
just don't
Like,
be a condescending ass.
just
Like,
don't be
it's very
condescending
easy.
ass. Yeah, very
right.
easy.
Gentlemen, are you ready for this week's quote?
Hit me.
Hit me.
Hit me.
Yeah. This one is, don't underestimate the force. That's the quote.
For real?
Yeah, that's the quote. Don't underestimate the force. That's the
Don't
quote.
underestimate the force. No, it's not. It's not Obi.
Who is it? Because there's a couple of people who say it.
Wow.
By the way, Brian, Roman came in here last week with a Star Wars quote, and we got it wrong. So he doubled down and
He
brought it back
doubled down.
again.
He gave us the KFC
Wow.
double down, and he brought another one.
Oh god, is that the all chicken
Two
sandwich?
chicken, one
Two
cheese.
chicken breasts with the cheese in the middle,
which is
Oh,
hilarious.
disgusting. Now that I'm thinking about that, ready to eat my chicken sandwich. Okay,
God, could you imagine?
You-
That's ooh.
here's the thing. This could be one of 9 movies.
I was typing this in the chat, but I'm gonna tell y'all what came to mind when y'all said it. The KFC double down sounds like somebody is two-handing a chicken tender.
That's yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So who made this fucking quote, huh? What do we think,
Yeah,
guys?
it's one of these 9 movies that we could be where a mystical force binds the universe and brings
Binds
it
us.
together.
Honestly, I feel like it
Connects
might
us.
be like I feel like it could be Leia, but like in the new trilogy.
I
Like-
feel like it's a New Hope. Like it feels New
Mhm.
Hope-ish. Because why would you need to tell that to somebody in
Mhm.
Empire, I guess? I don't know.
Unless
don't know.
it's the Force
I was thinking
Awakens.
the new trilogy. I was thinking the Force Awakens. Like she's confirming to people
Yeah.
after all these years of being around the
that's
Force,
fair.
don't underestimate it.
I'm gonna just because there's 9 of these fuckers and there's 3
Yeah.
of us. Let's just
Yeah.
guess one.
50
Um,
that's what is it?
We have a 1 in 3 chance of
Yeah.
we each guess one from the one of the 3 series.
Which one are you
One of the
guessing?
trilogies.
I am gonna go the Force Awakens, so I'm gonna take the new 3.
All right. I'm going to New Hope, episode 4.
Fuck, I'll go Revenge of the Sith just because that's my favorite. Or should I go Phantom Menace? Actually, I'll go Phantom Menace.
It might, man. Now I'm like second guess. It might be Phantom.
It could be the first.
I'm assuming
because
you're looking it up, Doug.
it
I
should be an
am.
introduction of the Force, or it's a reminder of the Force. You know what I mean?
Brian got it. It's from A New Hope.
Oh fuck yeah.
See, Yeah,
There you go.
feels
This
good,
guy
man.
knows his shit.
Yeah, that
Fuck
man knows
yeah.
his stuff. He
Feels
he
good.
yeah.
Eat
It
it,
was the
Roman.
Darth Vader quote. So
Thank you. Thank you,
Man,
Roman, for
do
that
not
quote
underestimate the
and for
Force.
donating our fundraiser every week.
yeah, every week fundraising for the Max. Brian, you
Hello.
have a series of games that you wanted to play
do.
with us,
I
and I'm
do.
very excited to get into these. So bring them on, Brian.
All right. I'm going to start with the
Brian's
first
bag of
one.
games.
I got Brian's bag of games. Ho ho ho. All right. So this first one
I
was
feel like you didn't
inspired-
have to say that.
You did not say have to
I
say
feel like
ho
you did
ho
not
ho. I
have
feel
to-
attacked.
No,
Yeah,
not you,
maybe.
motherfucker. I'm talking
Oh.
about Roman. It's Roman saying it's been a while since we've had added to the pot $20. Come on, man.
Maybe I'm a fragile man.
You went straight to the whole. What trauma do you have around
What is Santa? What do you think Santa did to you?
He did something.
I saw Mama kissing Santa Claus.
God damn it!
Or was it a turkey thing? I'm just like, these turkeys don't get enough time to shine in November.
You know what it is? You
Free
know
the
what, Brian?
turkeys.
You know that's probably it. You know what? I want to make it very clear that that's
Really?
probably it. Do you
They-
understand? Like they are the hero of a holiday, and they're just
What?
fucking forgotten.
The turkey?
Yeah, for everybody to come around in November and be grateful for a day instead of being spoiled and uptight and gimme with Christmas.
Wow.
They need their
I mean,
chance to
like,
shine.
Man,
the
fuck
turkey
that turkey
dies at
sitting
the
ass
end.
up with his stuffed ass up there. Like you gotta gobble and pass the fucking cranberry
Like-
sauce. I'm not doing this.
Like nobody's like missing out because of the turkey, though. I feel
No.
like
The turkey is dead.
it's gone.
You like how all I have is just a gesture of like a shoulder shrug.
And
I don't-
what?
Yeah,
What about-
and like you know, Superman
your
died
game,
in a
man. Come
movie.
on.
We still celebrate him. Like
Jesus. They
there's
don't make a
whole comic
fucking
book
turkey
called
movie.
"The Death
I mean-
of Superman," and we talk about
Whoa.
him.
Whoa. Slow
Okay.
your roll. Not here on the anniversary of the death of Superman. Not today.
Not today.
Not
Not today.
Not
Brian,
this here land.
I have been. My fragility is a distraction. So please take it away.
You know what? It's important to self-reflect. It's okay. We're here for you
I
in
do
this,
my
in
best.
this challenging moment. Speaking of Kryptonians,
Yeah.
my game is a take on stuff that you see on social media quite a bit, but there's a new twist. So we are going to choose teams of Marvel characters to go up against a Kryptonian invasion. So
Okay.
you can choose any character in the Marvel universe. You get 5 of them. The first one you pick, that's who's leading the team. So you're making essentially a superhero team to fight off some Kryptonians. This was inspired by the Invincible comic book TV show and the comic book series. They call themselves Viltrumites, though. And I had this idea of like, I wonder where Doug and Marcus would land on this, because I have a pretty solid idea for my team. But I'm curious what they think. And then for all of you following us on the live stream or on the pod, I'm going to plug in all these teams to ChatGPT, and I'm going to see who ChatGPT thinks would be the best team, which might be hilarious or really boring. We're going to find out all together.
Okay. This is good. I like
Yeah, I
this.
like this a lot.
All
Marcus,
right.
do you want to start?
Fuck.
And Brian, do you want us to go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like,
Ye-
or you want us to just give us our team?
If you like, we can do it anyway. Like, if you feel confident in the 5 that you want, that's awesome. Like, I know my top 3 for sure, but I'll definitely have some discussion towards
I can
the
go.
end.
you
Marcus, you
said you wanna
sound
go
like you're
top 3?
ready.
I'm kind of ready.
Okay,
I'll
or
give
you
you
can
my
just
top
give me
3.
one. All right,
Oh,
let's do
okay. I'll
it.
give you one. I'll do one. My first one is going to be. Okay. Can I ask this? You know me. I gotta ask scenario
Oh, I
questions.
know.
Do we have to worry about breathing in space? Do we have to worry about any of that kind of
Ooh,
like
great
any of those
question.
type of dynamics?
The only context I will give you is that there are 40 to 50 Kryptonians on like coming to Earth. They will be
Oh.
here within the hour, and they will be earthbound within the hour. So that the rest is up to you. That's the only information Shield has.
Not a lot of motherfuckers are beating a Kryptonian, but I'm gonna start here as a cheat code.
Okay.
Professor X.
Oh,
that's a good one.
Okay.
You went a different route with it than I did.
Yeah, I'm going.
Why are we doing Prof X?
Because I definitely think I was going to take the route that Doug was going to take if I know my man's well enough.
Okay.
But I want to go Professor X because I need somebody who can read. The Kryptonians are not exempt to mind reading, right?
No.
I also have other people in there that I want to throw in because they have some other weaknesses based off of that. But I want somebody who can be able to at least read the mind of the 50 or incapacitate the mind of the 50 as well.
Okay. Jeez.
Yeah, that's a good
Professor X trying to. Okay. I see where you're going.
And so
I want Cerebro too.
That's true.
Okay.
And I went a little bit of a different route with it. So I wanted someone who could match their strength and their physical prowess. So I went with Sentry is my first choice.
Oh,
Marvel Superman for sure.
Okay.
Now he's a little bit of a wild card because he has the Void as his evil alter ego.
Right.
But for this, we're gonna assume he's on a high, and we're gonna go with Sentry.
We're hoping to catch him on a good day.
He's gonna be on a good day. He just got done getting his shoes shined. He's gonna feel real good about it.
Okay. Okay, y'all are gonna laugh, but I got receipts. So I'm kicking this off with Scarlet Witch, my gal.
That's smart.
That is actually smart.
So I obviously have an adoration for her if you've listened to the podcast. However, you see what direction I'm gonna go here probably, but I feel like really powerful magic might be like the only failsafe backstop against like 50 Kryptonians just showing up on your doorstep, powered by a yellow sun. Like I feel like you're gonna need something a step above, like gotta hit him really hard in the face, like. Feel like you're gonna need to go somewhere or do something extraordinary, and she may not be able to control it all, but man, she'll do something.
Brian, because that takes me into my second character with Doctor Strange, because Superman, as
there is
he
no
exists,
way. There is no way that's yours because that is also mine.
Is that yours? Yeah. Because we know Superman is hold on, let me make sure I use this word right.
You're good.
He's not impervious to magic. He is impervious to magic.
He is not.
He is susceptible to magic.
He is susceptible. Thank you. He is He is susceptible to magic. That is one of his weaknesses that kind of come when you see Mittelplex, you see like all of those type of Zatanna. Yeah. They have a magical effect on him. You need somebody like the Sorcerer Supreme or Scarlet Witch that can at least go magic to whatever the fuck these 50 Kryptonians are on.
Right. Yeah, because again, like or lock him in a mirror dimension, right? Yep. Like you can if you can isolate it, and you know what I mean, or take him to a place, like take him to a planet where there isn't a yellow sun, like
send him to a phantom zone, like
put him in the dark, put him in the dark dimension, like just send him somewhere else, like that.
Yep.
That's the way you would do that. Yeah.
I'm Doctor Strange was also my
fucking way.
That's crazy.
I was hero too.
That's actually crazy.
That's wild as fuck.
That's crazy as hell.
Like so, congratulations, Doctor Strange. In 3 Earths, you're on the team. You made
you are on, sir. That call is coming to you whether you want it to or not.
I also love how Doctor Strange is like everyone's second choice.
Yeah.
Like
because he can't lead shit. Yeah, no,
I don't want him. I don't want him leading me anywhere. But
Benedict Cumberbatch trying to lead. No.
All right.
Okay, I think for this next one, you gotta. I'm pulling a Bryan here. I'm gonna go Captain Marvel because you gotta have somebody who can match flight, speed, and strength and that warrior mentality. And she will absolutely bring that to a fucking fight. Now she was almost my leader, but I need somebody with the I need a telepath who can game plan a little bit to send Captain Marvel where she needs it to be.
I agree. I get that because I also feel like Captain Marvel. I feel like Carol in this situation knows like, hey, so like we just need you to do your thing while we
Yes.
like get set up. And I
Yes.
feel like she'd be like rolling her eyes, but she'd be like, yeah, I know. That's what I
Yeah.
do. Like,
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
My third choice
Chat, y'all better be doing y'all shit
is
because y'all in here too.
is Cloak from Cloak and Dagger.
Okay.
Oh, just one. Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay.
Now, the
Okay.
reason why it is
Sorry,
Cloak
Dagger.
is because Cloak has the ability. Yeah, Dagger's left at home doing whatever.
You Dagger.
Fuck you, Dagger.
Dagger, sit down.
The reason why Cloak is in there is for two reasons. One,
Okay.
same with that like darkness dimension type mindset with Doctor
Oh,
Strange.
man. Okay.
He does have, so in the Secret Empire storyline, his powers are used to block out the sun.
Oh.
And if we block out the sun,
They don't have powers.
They
You
don't
kill
have
everybody on
powers.
Earth though.
right.
Huh.
50-50 shot. That ain't
Yeah,
really
I
no
get.
risk
I
at
see where
all.
you're going, Doug.
Yeah.
Mhm. So I'm going with Cloak for that reason.
I like it.
All right.
I like it.
It is an all or nothing mentality. So like Marcus said, you're either gonna kill him or everybody on Earth. Like, so
No in between at all.
no in between. for
My
Douglas.
last two might be kind of crazy, but I'm gonna let y'all choose your own adventure for the
All
last
right.
two.
Okay.
Okay.
Bryan, what you got?
I'm so thrown off by Cloak, and I'm
Yeah,
so happy.
I was not expecting. I was not expecting Cloak at all.
I
but
was
yeah.
not either. Okay, that's fine. No, the next one I'm going. It's tricky, but I'm going Rogue. From the X-Men.
Oh, yeah, I
Like
get
it.
that.
Because I feel like it's one of those things where she can at least steal somebody's power. They're not gonna like know what
Ooh,
to
yeah.
do with Rogue. She's a one. Here's the thing. She is a surprise only once. So my hope is that Scarlet Witch can strategize a little bit, just like a tad, just a little bit, because I feel like there's an opportunity there with Rogue.
Fuck. That changed my whole. That changed my whole. Okay, I got a couple scenarios here. Can I just run them through quickly?
Sure.
Please.
My fourth can go various routes. Now, my original 4 and 5 was going to be a Green Hulk and a Red Hulk, just because I want some muscle in there.
I get
Right.
it.
But however, I'm contemplating my fourth being Magneto, so that he can pull all of the kryptonite out of the Earth. Right.
Oh,
That is a metal.
galaxy
and
brain
is a metal.
move.
And to fucking just land a fucking kryptonite meteor, just one fatal swoop, and you kill all these fuckers before they even enter the fucking atmosphere. So that would be my number
That's
one.
the play. Yeah, that
would be
changes
Magneto.
I gotta be honest with you, Marcus. That changes my 4 too.
Man, I didn't even. That's super creative, dude.
Because my last
I'm
two,
working hard.
are all muscle. Like it is.
Oh,
my
was it?
last two
Oh,
are
I can't
all,
wait.
Like they are.
Get the
all,
meatheads
like,
in here.
Yeah.
Like get Hulk and Wolverine in here. Like they're just gonna fight
They were
these
on my
fuckers.
list.
Yep, they were. That's it. So.
Yeah.
Magneto's the play though. Like I'm not gonna lie to you,
mean,
that's the one.
I can't get mad at that. Like,
No.
here's the thing, though. I feel like if someone was writing this, though, I do see. I see Blue
Marvel's
Marvel
a
in the
great
chat.
pick.
I
Blue,
thought about
Blue
him
Marvel's a
too.
cheat code to me. That's why I didn't use it. It would have been too
Yeah, I feel, and Black Panther. Oh, Black Panther, 100%.
easy. Yeah, especially depending on the version. And Thor was a
Crystal.
cheat code too.
Crystal's in there. Crystal. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I feel like
Domino.
you have a 50-50 chance though with Magneto trying to like talk to the Kryptonites though and being like, hey,
That's
so
true.
this Earth, it's messed up.
Uh-huh.
You talk to me though, we'll take it over together.
Yeah.
I feel like it's
Yeah,
50-50.
that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Depending on the
However,
day he's having.
It's a risk.
If the Kryptonians are anything like the Viltrumites, they not gonna listen to none of that and don't want to share shit. They want to rebuild Krypton,
100%.
and Magneto's not having that shit.
100%.
No.
I
He's not
agree.
having that.
I agree. Oh man, I I love that a lot.
Yeah, he'd be calling all
my-
the Kryptonians brother. Like, no, come on. We're
Come on.
brotherhood here.
Brother, come here.
He turned into
Say it.
turned into Hulkamania.
Come on, brother.
We're gonna
What are you
run
gonna
you-
do when the mutant kingdom runs wild on you, brother?
Oh God!
mutant mania all night
Mutant mania.
In this accent from him, it sounds racially motivated, and it's just not great. It's not great at all.
Charles, you better get over here. We're gonna lock arms.
We're gonna have a race of supermen running wild on you, brother. Like,
Oh, God.
shit! I don't like that at all.
I can't. I kind of want Hulk Hogan Magneto now. A little bit, just like a little bit, just a little, not a lot.
Don't we all?
Just like a nice cameo.
Without the racism.
Oh my
Don't
gosh,
we all?
incredible. All right, here for Hero 4, I'm going Storm.
Yeah, good call.
I'm going
Like that.
into
That's a
the
good
mutant,
call.
the club
call.
here, just being like, hey folks, we need, because I'm hoping Storm, it's kind of in the same vein as Cloak of like, all right, if the yellow sun powers them, she can control the weather. And there's an off switch here. I feel like that's really important because I don't want to end up in like a Matrix situation where it's like, hey, I got this great idea, blot out the sky. And they're like, great, what's next? That's it.
That's all we got.
Like
That's all. That's the only movie knows. Like,
that's all he can do. It's the one move.
Right.
All right. So Doug,
oh, sorry.
Wait, let me. I just want to double check. You said Hulk for choice for your fourth hero, right, Doug?
Yeah. Just
all right,
put
sweet.
That's 4 and 5. Like I was like, bring me the people who have a lot of raw power.
Yeah.
Like let's just
yeah.
You're trying to fuck up some cities. That's what you're trying to do. That's all that's happening.
My strategy is if I can't take you down, I'm taking Earth with me. That's what the name of my team is.
Your team is like total annihilation.
Jesus. Muscle. Okay, my 5, and I'm surprised nobody said it sooner.
All right.
But it's a 50-50 shot here. But I think you can point it in the right direction. It's going to be Jean Grey, the Phoenix.
Yup.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So I just feel like if this is my fail-safe hero,
I agree.
If shit goes left, it's why I also got Professor X and Magneto to kind of keep that in check a little bit and point it in the right direction.
You've got me thinking like with your doctors, with your Jean Grey and Phoenix, you could put Legion in there. But again, Legion is very dependent.
I have no idea what's playing.
Holy shit. They heard about this showdown.
You know what's funny?
What?
This thing, my Siri, all it heard was Jean Grey. It played a band called The Demon that
the
demon
that makes like this.
The Demon that makes trophies of men by Jean Grey. I've never heard that.
Jesus Christ.
That's metal as hell.
I've never heard that song before.
But again, same vein. You could do Legion, but it's very dependent on the day he's having.
That's the same with Hulk and everybody else on these rosters. It depends on the day.
I mean, Doug, your roster right now, like you better hope most of these people are having a good day. Like Sentry, Hulk, Wolverine, like they're all like one.
Meanwhile, Cloak and Doctor Strange are like, I guess it's on us.
Hulk and Sentry, Hulk, Wolverine, and Sentry are getting into a tussle with each other before this fight.
Oh yeah, they are arguing about the practical way to do it, and then they just start fighting. And Doctor Strange and Cloak kind of do the like shoulder shrug and like, it's on us, I guess.
We're gonna do one of these. I mean, this is great for a podcast format when I'm moving my hands around.
I'm doing
the Brian's making gang signs for those listening. He's doing the Blood and Crypt logo with his hands.
Absolutely not.
Just for those listening.
Mason said this sounds like the worst parade ever.
Yeah,
maybe
little. Possibly. All right. So this is kind of like
Brian.
Here's the thing. I feel like if my first 4 can't get the job done, it's not even a fail safe, but like a way to ensure that like something continues is Deadpool.
That was my 5th.
Yeah.
I understand he may not like stand up to people and like completely win the day, but like you can't kill him. You cannot kill him no matter what you do. And I feel like Deadpool could just wear them down. I honestly believe that in a very silly way. I also just think this team is just nuts and I love it.
Yours is a very, Brian, with the exception of Doctor Strange, your whole team is mutants.
It is. Hey, look, I know my mutants. Okay, they'll get the job done. Okay, I got the mutants. You got the muscle, Marcus. I don't even know how to archetype your team, and that makes me like. I think that's awesome.
Marcus actually took this not that we didn't take it seriously, but like Marcus was like, no.
Yeah.
I've thought about this.
I study up on Kryptonians very often. And these
In case they
motherfuckers
just
can be-
show up.
They can be ruthless. You know what I mean? So you got to think smart.
wheelhouse. Okay. All right. I'm gonna plug this in.
This
Which
is hilarious.
of these
Yeah.
3 teams would win against a group of 50? I hope I'm gonna assume that ChatGPT knows what a Kryptonian
It'll know.
Oh,
Unless,
yeah, it'll
we
search
don't know
the-
what that is, Brian.
And search the internet. I know what a
Well,
crip is. Like what?
So while Brian is doing this, I'm
Yes,
gonna give you a
thank you.
little thing. I'm gonna give you a little thing of news while Brian is doing this. So,
Please. Go
I
ahead.
did want to. So last week I talked about Dogma, and I was very excited about it. So, fun fact: this came out this week. Came out today actually. That Kevin Smith was at the Vulture Festival.
Yep.
And he made a announcement that he is working on because of Al Gore's internet.
Keep going. He's working on
You're
what?
back. You're
He's
back
coming in
now.
I
now.
fucking hate it. I fucking hate it so much. But Kevin Smith's working on a sequel to Dogma. The quote that he had is, some people will be like, don't fucking touch it, you'll ruin it. And I'm here to tell you, I will. So he's basically said, like, I've found a way that I'm going to ruin this movie for everybody. And so he's been over to, so he's trying to get Affleck and Damon to come back. And so
He can
Yeah.
do it.
so I'm not sure what it's going to be, but it was announced today, essentially at this Vulture Festival, that he's working on a sequel to Dogma. So that's fun.
I'm
Wow.
not mad at that.
No, not at all.
I'm not mad that you
Wow.
get to live long enough and have the status of your career long enough to be able to get the chance to redo it now, where Dogma as a sequel will hit differently than it did back then. You know what I mean? In this era. So
I think the thing about
Mm.
the thing that
Mhm.
stands out to me about Dogma is that it feels like so much has happened with not only the world but like the politics of religion since that movie came out, and it's
Mhm.
almost like
mhm.
I don't know. It feels, I don't know, not dated, but like things have just changed a lot. So I feel like Dogma 2 could have something to say, but I worry that it would fall into this thing of like I don't know. I trust Kevin Smith. I just don't know how you do a nuanced take with the role that like religion has played in politics as well. In a today. Like I'm not the person to tackle that. I trust Kevin Smith to tackle that, but I think that's a real tall order.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. ChatGPT does have a verdict. All right. So this actually, by the way, this version of ChatGPT like broke this down. Like I just asked who the winner would be and was like, anyway, here's my analysis. So it gave me 5 bullet points per team.
Fuck. Okay.
So I'm gonna skip that for now. I'll save that for Doug and Marcus. I'll send that to them. Marcus, your team, you have the outcome of a likely victory. Phoenix's cosmic powers and Strange's versatility give them a clear edge. So it looks like your team is looking like
There you
the
go.
best.
All right.
Team 2, this is Doug's team. Your team could win, but it's dependent on Sentry's ability to overpower multiple Kryptonians while not turning into the void.
Hey, that's what I said from the
It
get-go.
read that shit very well.
It knew me, and it
Damn.
knew where I was coming from.
I mean, like yours comes down to a coin flip for Sentry. Bold strategy, Cotman.
Yep, that's
Cotton. My team says high chance of victory with Scarlet Witch, which is reality warping, but it is less consistent than Team 1. So
There you go.
it
Team 1,
really
clear
likes
winner.
your team, Marcus.
That
So,
was really nice.
Well
Chad.
done.
That was great.
I'm
excited.
Even listed out weaknesses, which I think is just really funny. But yeah, anyway, Marcus, I'm gonna say the ChatGPT likes yours the best.
That's hilarious.
I'm honored. I am very, very honored.
the AI likes
It's just
yours.
really funny that it picked up on Doug's like everything that Doug mentioned. It picked it up right away, so that's pretty dope. I have been, for those that are kind of more like AI, ChatGPT, like whatever. I have been using it more, and it is a very helpful system when you like know how to point it in the right direction. You know what I mean? Like it can do a lot of shit that like that comic book thing. Never thought about that, but yeah, it can search the database of fucking comic life and in all of its versions and iterations and summarize shit. And like, yeah, for sure, you'd win because of this. And I think that's it's kind of dope and a helpful tool if you use it the right way.
If you know that if you are able to if you're not relying on it, the issue is when you rely on it.
Right.
If you know that there are biases that you might have to account for, or that there are going to be things that just like look weird because it's built that way
in surface level.
And like it's going to be, it's going to give you what you ask for. So you need to know what questions to ask. I think it's really going to change not just how we operate like as people, but I think it's going to start to level the playing field on some really big topics like education, and there's just going to be a ton of stuff that it's able to do moving forward.
We are not paid by ChatGPT. That was just
no surprises that the man working for a tech company that does stuff with AI is saying how great it's going to be.
That's true.
So there's a bias for you.
The conference I went to last week, most of the session, every time slot there was a session about AI, and I do feel like we're in this kind of like, I don't want to use Wild West because it's not like you can just take an AI and go do whatever you want. What I do want to say is like it's this weird time like when you didn't know what Google was for, and I don't know. Some people listening may have no idea what that was like. However, my experience growing up in the early 2000s, people would be like, "Here's Google," and I was like, "Okay, it's
just Google
search engine. You just find stuff," and you're like, "Do I find this to like?" Just for my book reports, or is it like, do I find restaurants, or do I find movie news, or what do I do with it? And then
when you were younger and you typed in just like random words, like, oh, let's see what Google comes up with: porcupine, top hat, circus.
100%. I got lucky.
Yeah. Or same with YouTube. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, YouTube before it was just cat videos and regular shit on there, and then nobody knew what the fuck it was, and then now YouTube is every fucking thing.
Oh my gosh. Do you want a 4-hour documentary on why a theme park ride didn't work? We got that for you.
Which is random as fuck.
Yeah.
And I watched the whole
But also, do you need to change a piece of equipment on your vehicle? We also have that.
Man. Or do you want to freestyle on this random beat that was uploaded for like, I don't know, an hour loop? Yeah, did that yesterday. That was fun.
BBL Drizzy. Yeah.
Just start randomly. So,
yeah. Incredible stuff. All right, well, I have my next game queued up here.
Give us the next one. Give us the next one.
That was fun, Bryan.
So this game is I don't have the best title for it, but my title for it is going to be, has the movie started yet? So do not know what movie I'm about to show them. This is the beginning of a real movie that
oh god, I love this.
And all I told them was that there are at least 2 production company cards, and I'm going to stop the movie every time at the end of a production card. For those of you listening, you'll hear the audio. For those of you on the live stream, you'll see the whole visual card. So you try to figure out, okay, is the movie starting? I'll stop it after each production card and ask Doug and Marcus, is the movie starting? The movie that we're going to be here, let me share my screen here so we have the maximum.
I'm very excited for this game.
Okay, here we are. And all right, I'm going to press spacebar. All right, here we go. The movie is Late Night with the Devil. This is a movie on Disney. We won't be watching the movie, but here we go. This is your first production card. It's IFC. Pretty standard.
That's a cool one.
All right. So it's a Shudder. They're a horror company. They're a horror streaming service.
Jesus, how many of these are there?
It gets. I feel. Never mind. That's a nice one too, though.
Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi funded that one.
Image Nation by Abu Dhabi. Okay. What's the verdict? Is the movie starting?
Fuck no.
No.
There's one.
Okay,
there's one more.
Spin the wheel.
There's at least one more.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, there's one more. Yep.
There's 2. There, I think there's one more after this.
All right. Vic Screen. All right.
What determines the order here? Like, who's of importance?
Egos?
I think it's the egos and dollars.
And dollars, baby. That's a strip club thing. Egos.
Yeah. So this is Vic Screen. So I think Marcus says
$1 million.
There's one more, I think, is what Marcus said. What do you think, Doug? Is the movie starting?
I think the movie is starting.
Okay.
They having me weak. She talking about some movie night.
Yeah, Nikki. Late Night with the Devil.
Movie night.
On the pod. All right. Doug thinks the movie is starting.
How wild would it be if just for one pod we just watched a movie?
That would be actually. There's people that do that. We can do that in our bonus.
Okay.
This is not the movie.
No, you were right.
This is the Good Fiend production company.
This is the same movie, Brian?
This is Late Night with the Devil. We're still watching Late Night with the Devil. So
that started a whole separate claymation movie. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, that was a whole claymation full of monsters. All right, here we go. Is the movie starting?
No, it's not.
No, it's not. How many is this so
Let's find
far?
out.
The music doesn't even sound the same.
You're right. You're right.
Brian,
this production company is called
Brian.
Cinetic.
I would walk out of this movie. This is like if we're still here and this movie hasn't started yet, I am out. Like I am not doing it. Nikki, exactly.
Nikki, what the fuck? How many are they?
All right, I
Brian,
like this
I
game.
think there's at least, to be honest, with the
I
way
think
this
there's
is
two more.
going, there's at least one more.
Okay,
There's
let's find
two
out.
more.
Let's spin the wheel. Let's spin the wheel. Is there one more?
Motherfucker.
AGC Studios.
They pulled money from all of these. There's one more after this, I think.
Okay. All right. All right. So now we have
I mean,
AGC
it has to
Studios.
start.
How many is that so far?
It has to start. This
We're
we're
at
at least at 6.
6. I think we're at 6. All right. We're gonna spin the wheel.
It has to start. This
Is the
movie
movie
has to
starting?
start.
I don't think it starts. No, that
God
does
damn
this
it.
count? Is this another one?
Yes. This
Jesus
is the
Christ.
Future Pictures production company since 2068.
I can tell you this. I'm not watching this movie.
God damn.
Did you watch this, Brian? Is it
I
good?
did. I love
Is it
this
worth
movie.
7 title cards?
So, okay, hang on. Let's get to the end of it, and then I'll
Okay.
tell you my experience with this.
There's
movie.
more?
Do you think the movie's starting?
No, I don't think it starts.
I
think there's two
don't
more.
know
I think they're
I
going
don't
for
know
straight
anymore,
10.
Brian.
I think I
don't
broke
know
you all.
anymore.
Oh no. Oh no.
Jesus. They had to
Yeah,
siphon
Nikki.
money from like 20 companies.
Yeah, you can tell everybody had their hand in this movie.
There was one production company that just paid for the socks.
And the food.
And it was Spooky Pictures that paid for the socks.
Yes. So we're looking at the Spooky Pictures title card now, which is
There's
like
another one after this.
two moons
That's what you did.
and I don't know.
Okay.
It's like grass. I don't even know how to describe it.
It's like corn.
Yeah, maybe corn. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. So all right. Is the movie starting? I'm hitting play.
No.
Yes. it is.
No.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
okay.
Jesus
So there's
Christ.
8 of them.
So there you go. You had 8 title cards for Late Night with the Devil.
Jesus Christ.
I stopped count.
I
I
think
can't.
Nikki heard
I don't.
me.
I think Doug.
Did not hear
somebody
you
did
say
not hear me
corn.
say
I did not even say
corn.
corn.
Maybe they heard me say something
Corn.
else.
It's
Corn. But
Corn.
yes, this game was inspired by me. Like I watched this during the Halloween season. I was like, I want a scary movie. I've heard good things about it. I sit down at like 10 o'clock. Kids are in bed, and I'm just sitting in my living room watching all these production cards, being like, okay, I am ready to start my scary movie experience now. Yeah. So you had to wait a whole. You know what? Corn on the cob, delicious. But yeah, you had to wait a whole 2 minutes to get to Late Night with the Devil, the movie, which I highly recommend, by the way. If you're a fan of late night, if you're a fan of horror, this movie dials in on that. It's really
I said, yeah, corn on the cob. That's what I said.
It's
That's
better
what I
than
said.
what?
We don't need to get into it.
It's better than what?
We don't need to get into it. We don't need to get into it. We don't need to get into it. We don't need to
Did
get
you
into
say
it.
it's better than porn on the cob?
Yes, I did say it was better than porn on the cob.
that is
I don't like I have to cut my porn off the cob in order to eat it.
no. That's some weird mental images for me. I don't know about everybody else.
Because how does it get
Little-
on the cob? And how do you
yellow
get it
No,
off?
thank
Titties
you.
growing off of corn, like that's just what you got.
All right.
Cut it off.
All right. I think he said, what? Roman said, yikes. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Brian. So back to your title cards.
You're good. You're good. Yes, those title cards. Yeah, there were 8 title
Gonna be
cards.
one called
That's a
Born on the
lot.
Cob.
Here's the
That's
thing: the movie. So, Late Night with the Devil's the movie, and it was an independent horror film. So it did need a lot of outside support because horror movies aren't made as often as they used to be, and trying to make an independent one is even more difficult. So, yeah, there were definitely 8 companies helping finance this.
Brian, do you think it's that they're not made as often, or do you think that the big ones are so big that it's hard to get a big budget to commit to a riskier horror movie?
I probably think it's that because this movie is I'm not gonna say it's not formulaic, but it is a different beat and pace than your typical horror movie, and it does ask a little bit of the audience to just go with it.
I like those.
And I'm gonna say there are parts of there's probably 2 parts of the movie where it's asking the audience to put some stuff together, which was very satisfying for me. But I also watch a lot of like scary movies and movies in general. So like I'm ready to do that. I don't see that as like work or anything. Like that's fun for me, right? But I have you run into those people where it's like, I didn't know what was going on.
God, I hated it.
They never explained it.
They didn't spill anything out.
No, it was kind of implicit. And if you watched like what they did at the beginning of the movie, but I also know not everybody watches movies like me, right? Like some people just want to put something on in the background and just do stuff on their phone, which by the way is fine. This movie though does ask your attention the whole time, and it is a different-ish concept that is asking you to I'm not going to say work, but it's asking you to pay attention to some stuff that I would say a typical horror movie is not asking you to do.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's interesting. On another part, I'd like to revisit that horror movie conversation because I do think that that's an interesting point that you made. And what is a certified horror hit? Is it like Insidious? Like what defines that? I think that it's a good point.
Yeah, it's and it's weird in the age of like post Saw, where like the scary movie was just like how much blood and how twisted could it be, and Insidious was just like how weird can it get?
Right.
Yeah.
And thrillers now is probably more popular than the gory.
Exactly.
Yeah, the vibes changed. Yeah.
Yep, for sure.
Damn, Brian.
Brian, do you have another one, or is that
I do.
Okay, fantastic.
I do. I have my last game here, which kind of dovetails into news if we want to do that.
Perfect.
So
great one.
There, Brian.
There were as of this year, there have been 5 certified bombs at the box office.
Okay.
As of November 18th, 2024.
Damn.
So what I'm going to do is I am going to withhold the name, and I'm going to see if you two can figure out what movie it is. In the comments, my mom says, "Wait, what?"
I think it was related to your
Marcus, mom says not killing the black folks first.
I get it now.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
That probably does change the dynamics because they hate us.
Yeah. I mean, it's that trope is awful, and I appreciate that we watched Anaconda,
it's easy and it's disrespectful, and they shouldn't do it. That's how I feel about it.
100%.
Right, play your damn game.
You got it, Marcus. You got it, man. I got you.
Black
anyway,
people deserve to live to the end, whatever the end is.
Doug is getting on my nerves because of the face he made as soon as I said it.
This is a great reason to join our Patreon, patreon.com/Films
Mason, you are not helping at all.
He's not here to help.
Come on, brother. Come on, brother. Do
all right, I'm gonna give you
stereotypes.
I'm gonna give you the budget. And then I am gonna tell you what the domestic gross of this movie was, and we can try to figure out. Y'all can try to figure out what movie this was.
Okay.
The budget was $130 million.
Okay,
and it opened to 28.5 million domestically.
Ooh. Oh fuck, we don't get no choices.
That's not good.
I can give you a clue that it is an action adventure movie. It came out this year.
Oh, it came out
this year. Came out this year.
Oh, this is gonna be hard, Brian.
There are 5 bombs at least this year for opening weekend.
Can we associate these with the prices instead? Like you give us the list of movies and we associate, or is that too easy?
I don't think we're gonna get this, Brian.
All right.
I don't remember what I did.
I can't remember what bombed. I would at least need the list of bombings.
Okay. Let me
Brian, I talked about porn on the cob, and I don't even know where that came from. So maybe I'm not the person to play this game.
Well, the amounts get more stark. So
Okay.
we'll do this one as the first, and if by
Okay.
the second one we're not doing it, I'll
Okay,
change it up.
okay,
I'll come up with
okay.
something. All right, this was The Fall Guy with Ryan Gosling.
Oh, I
and Emily
never
Blunt.
would have guessed that.
Opened to 28.5 million on a budget of.
Oh, I didn't know that
130.
bombed. I didn't know that. I thought that did good.
No, it bombed really badly. It went to streaming 3 weeks after release.
Oh no, I was gonna watch that yesterday.
I'm pretty
I think
sure. I'd have to look up the streaming
went to
service.
Peacock,
Oh, it is on Peacock.
All right, let's see. Okay, this movie had a budget of 115 million and opened with 8.8 million.
Ooh,
8.
Jesus.
Just think of a bad movie that came out this year.
I can't
Madam
remember.
Web.
That has to be Madam Web.
It is not Madam Web. This is Borderlands.
Oh,
geez.
that movie did do bad.
And it
That
bombed.
movie did- that
God,
movie
that's
did bomb.
really bad.
That
Fuck,
is the
that's
yeah,
bad
we're
for a
just-
Kevin Hart movie too. Like
right?
that's
And a
terrible.
video game movie that, like, on
Yeah.
all cylinders should have been a home run.
Yeah. I will tell you this: Madam Web doesn't make this list, which
because it didn't bomb.
it didn't bomb as badly as these. I actually think the bad hype around it probably
Made people go see it.
The
Yeah,
more
for
views
sure.
that-
This one I wouldn't know. But I still think it's fascinating. For a budget of 50 million, this movie debuted 4.6 million domestically that weekend.
What's the genre of the movie?
It is, I'm gonna say it's like action. It's technically a superhero movie, but it is also a remake.
A remake of a superhero movie?
It's a remake of a graphic novel movie. I'm
Oh,
happy to
Jesus.
say that.
It's a remake of a graphic novel. I'm not gonna get it.
I'm
but
not gonna know it.
my wheels
All
are
right,
turning, but I'm not
it's
gonna
all
get it.
good. I wouldn't have got this either. This is The Crow.
Jesus.
The Crow
It
opened.
did that bad?
The Crow opened with 4.6 million on a
So
budget
glad
of
it did.
50.
Oh, that movie's cursed. They
I
should
didn't,
never
Yo,
touch that
I
movie
did
again in
not
their
want
life.
them to remake that movie, so I'm
I
so glad
did
they
not want them
suffered
to
for
do
it.
I didn't know this movie came out until like the week it came out, and I was like, oh, not
One of
doing
the
that.
Skarsgård brothers was the Crow, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's rough. It's rough because the
Yeesh.
Crow, it
Fuck.
does feel that way.
I didn't even see a lot of promo around that. I feel like they kind
I
of
saw once, and then I was like, "Don't do it," and then I never saw anything again.
Yeah,
I saw I think I saw one Facebook ad, and I was like, oh, they're really doing it.
but
No,
no
they're-
tours,
for it.
no press run. I didn't see any of that.
That's how you know. That's how they know they knew. They were
Mhm.
like, "Ooh,
Yeah.
maybe we should."
This one, I'm just, I'll give a ton of clues on this one because it's weird. It's
I do like FK Twigs.
yeah. This is
Yeah.
this will dovetail nicely into our next news item. So this movie had a budget of 120 million, opened to 4 million domestically. This
How
was
the fuck does that happen?
this is a pet project of a famous filmmaker.
Oh, it's that motherfucker who wasted all his billion. Now he's asking all the billionaires to fund his movie when we told him not to do that, and he left Yellowstone to go make this fucking movie.
The one about the Wild West.
Yeah,
This is close. That was the Country Horizon. I can't remember what it
I
was.
forgot what the fuck.
This was Francis Ford Coppola's Megalopolis.
Oh,
with
I have
Adam
not heard good
Driver.
things. I have not heard
Yeah.
good things about that movie.
This, if you have TikTok, this one clip from the movie went viral about an Amazonian mine and Adam Driver's at a table. It's very strange.
Also,
All right.
you know what's funny about that is
What?
it does look like somebody was like, "Hey, we need to make a trailer for this movie. We need to make a poster for this movie. Just throw some people on it, and that's who's in it." Like, 'cause if you look at the poster for that movie, it's insane.
I can't
It's
even tell you what the fuck that movie's about.
I don't know.
you could try.
I actually like when it comes to streaming, I almost want us to do a review of it because it's so bad.
That'd be so fun.
Please
Okay.
don't.
Last one. I saved the best for last.
Okay.
Yeah.
The budget was $250 million and
Holy shit.
opened to 34 million domestically opening weekend.
Is that red?
June?
Is that
It
red
is
one?
red one.
It is
Oh,
Red
it's Red
One.
One.
It is
It
Red
was
One. Dwayne Johnson, Chris Evans action Christmas movie that opened this past weekend.
with J.K. Simmons.
How the
J.K.
fuck
Simmons is in
like
it.
a Jack Santa Claus.
Lucy Liu is in it. There's a talking
Krampus
polar
is in
bear.
Krampus is in it. Yeah, this movie tried to get the Rock hype train behind it, and
Can I tell you what the problem is? I want to
Is it
wait
The
till
Rock?
after.
Yes.
It is The Rock. It's The Rock.
Oh, the entirety of The Rock?
Well, I think
whole
I
ass-
want to wait till your news, like your news point.
Mm.
To me, The Rock can be a problem. He's not
Yeah.
the problem all the time. I think he's itching for his one of his quotes about this movie was he went and watched Oppenheimer
That was my
in,
news item.
in the theater, and somehow that got to Red One. I'm like, I think he's missing a couple dots in between to get to these points.
Yes.
he is an example of when you have this, like, when everybody's doing their fucking class project
Bag of weights is coming.
and he fucking like and you see your friend and he's like, oh, he used that new clay, we should go get that new clay
true.
because then
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
get an A
Yeah,
plus
that's
on
true.
our clay,
That's
like
true.
on our
Yep.
diorama, and then you do it and you fail it and you went, what the fuck, I got the clay.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Dwayne Johnson is, oh, they're doing that, I'm gonna do that too, and I'm gonna make $1 billion. And it's
Yeah.
not how this works
Yeah.
at all.
Well, the other thing too, looking into this, so I saw this on Deadline, and it appears that this also showed up in oh no, he told IMAX. I guess IMAX did an interview with him, and he said, legitimately, the biggest screens possible are IMAX. I was midway through shooting Red One, and I had an opportunity to see Oppenheimer. I watched it in the IMAX theater where Christopher Nolan watches and screens his movies. Him and Emma Thomas, his wife. I even asked them to let me sit where Chris sits. And then he continued. But I was thinking, quote, holy shit, Red One on this screen and with this technology could be game over, end quote.
Hey, stop the movie quick. Hello, IMAX? God damn, this movie's good in IMAX. Can we
Okay.
get Red One like this?
Okay.
And click. Like,
So
God, like, what
here's the
fuck?
thing. Here's the thing about this quote, which his publicist should have helped him. Like, this is not entirely on Dwayne Johnson. But one, it sounds like you've never seen an IMAX movie before.
It sounds
That's
like
what
it's
it
the
starts
first
off
time
with.
you've
Yeah,
been in public, period.
Like,
And
like,
can I please sit in Chris's seat so I can get the
can
full
I
experience?
sit in the
What the
seat?
Rock,
Like
sit your
Christopher
big
Nolan?
ass in the corner seat like everybody else in the fucking
Let me give you
recliner
another
chair.
one. Did he walk into like a Dairy Queen and watch them make a blizzard and go, holy shit, we just like putting that all together in the same thing and mixing it up?
You see
Fuck.
that? They
There's
did it
a
upside
Superman?
down.
We
What
can
if
do
fall
this with
out?
Red
What if
One,
there was
and
a
it would be
bald-headed
delicious.
Superman? What if the bald-headed Superman wore all black? You know what I mean?
So setting aside that, okay, maybe he's never been to an IMAX theater. He's a celebrity. He probably does a lot of things private. Whatever. Holy buckets. Wow, that is a comment.
That's
Okay,
true.
I'm reading it. Okay. He's
Beyonce on screen.
The Rock is
my
the
mom-
Beyonce of movies is
My
honestly a
mom-
good
yeah,
take.
Honestly,
Yeah.
great take.
Yeah.
Premium.
They're not
media
wrong.
take.
Yeah, you're not wrong, Mason. Anyway, putting that aside, the fact that you're mid-filming, you are in the middle of filming your movie and you're like, we got to get this on IMAX. So no one told him that if you're gonna do an IMAX movie, you have to shoot it on a specific camera. Like,
You can't just throw shit on a big screen.
you can't, which is what they did for Red One.
They did it?
That is technically what they
Holy
did. 'Cause
shit.
This
They're
is
just
on
putting
IMAX.
marshmallows in cereal now. God damn, this is delicious. We could do this for Red One, and it would be delicious.
I'm gonna verify this at the moment. Yeah, I could go see this in IMAX at 10 p.m. So it's like a half hour from now. I can go see this right now, but it is not filmed for IMAX.
So The Rock legitimately thinks he can do whatever the fuck he wants?
Yes.
Oh.
He thinks he can just sit there and be like, IMAX this. They're in the middle of filming. So I'm sure some PA or assistant was like, we'd have to refilm everything we just did to have it on IMAX film, or we can just put the movie the way it is on an IMAX screen.
Okay,
So,
I'm
like,
sorry. I have
Oh
other,
fuck!
I
You
have
can
other
actually
questions.
read comics. You just don't have to watch them. We
I
could
have
do
a-
this for Red One, and it would be fucking incredible.
this quote should have never got printed. Like, I don't know who
It's a dream
was
for
on
me
call
to follow
for
him
The Rock.
around and watch him experience things for the first
Like a
time,
new baby bird.
and then just go, "We could do this for Red One," and it would be incredible.
Is that fucking Chris Evans as Captain America? Fuck,
Oh,
we can do
fuck,
this
we
for
could get
Red
him
One.
for Red One. This would be incredible.
What's that movie he watched with J.K. Simmons with J.K. Simmons playing the drums?
Whiplash.
Is this wow? I love the way J.K. Simmons teaches
He
him how to play
looks
the drums.
good in this. And
Fuck,
does
should
he
we
say-
make him say
Does
it?
he say the F word? We could do this for Red One, and it would be incredible.
You make it sound like he watched like Santa Claus, and he's like, "Hey, you're telling me?"
My stomach hurts.
I just, I don't know. It just makes him seem so out of touch.
We could do this for Red One.
He
We
watched
could do
a
this for
child-
Red
he
One.
watched a child build a snowman and went, "Oh fuck, we could do this for Red One." It would be incredible.
He was like watching himself lift weights, and he was like, "Wouldn't that be a dope ass scene to put in Red One?" Like, what the
What
fuck?
about a Jack Santa Claus? We could do this for Red One. Yeah, he's gonna beat my ass with a bag of weights. That's what's gonna
That's just
happen.
it. Just feels, but it kind of feels like that truck quote, like from Disney,
Yup.
when that one time where he was
Yes.
like, "You know what? I like trucks, and that's why I want to make. I drive trucks. I drove a truck here. That's why I want to make a truck movie." And I'm like,
did it, Dwayne?
"Do you? Is something wrong? Because this did The Rock get kidnapped? Because The Rock from 5 years ago wouldn't have made these comments.
Right?
No, I
I-
do think there's something's happened. Like
Something
mean,
shifted."
I feel like he is at a point where he's so insulated because of his success that at this point he feels like he knows what's going to make a movie good. And like I need to say this out loud. Like, Dwayne Johnson stars in a lot of movies that I enjoy.
Yeah. for sure.
However, over the past 2 to 3 years, it does feel like he has been trying to branch out of like the action comedy genre, which is great. Like, honestly, good for you. However, it feels like he wants to do that without taking any direction at all.
yes,
I agree.
I
would
just want to.
absolutely
I don't want to make. Well, I don't want to keep making. You know, Kevin and I made a lot of movies together. Kevin and I need a break from making movies together. How can I continue? I want to make something different. Well, what do you want to make? Money. That's not what I asked. I asked, what movie do you want to make? Yeah, I said money. That's what I want to make.
Right.
And
But Dwayne, that's not a movie. That's a thing you earn from making a movie.
Right.
Well, you talk about his. He also spoke about his role in the new A24 movie, about how like
Yeah.
I do think that some of this comes from that I am trying to be a better movie star and a movie chooser, maybe even a movie maker to some extent, right? Because if you're going and you're saying, I see this movie on IMAX, Oppenheimer's a really good movie, and then on A24, like paraphrasing his quote, he's looking for more roles to sink his teeth into that he can invest in. Okay, so The Rock is trying to break out of just that Disney, that super. I am this big behemoth of a fucking human being. But this is, I feel like him talking through it out loud. You don't need to share that part with the news.
No,
because these
those
quotes
are
sound
inside
terrible.
thoughts you don't say out loud.
Yeah, these quotes
Well,
sound terrible.
You said the
And,
quiet
like,
part out loud.
Like, this quote should not, like, and again, I
Can I
feel
sit in
like
his seat so I can really feel it? Like, huh?
his team should have known what was up like halfway through that quote and should have been like, no, hang on.
They
Mhm.
should have saw him
You
reach
sound like you've never been to a
in the
movie theater.
IMAX theater. They went, no, like not now.
Right.
And don't use Red One as like Red One should be a fun movie. Like now I'm supposed to be like, how serious am I supposed to take it? Like if I'm thinking Interstellar and fucking Red One,
Right.
those two things ain't on the same fucking page.
I mean,
No.
we can do this in Red One, Marcus. Okay,
We can do this in Red One, and it'd be
ceiling-
incredible.
limitless. And I do believe, I want to verify this before I say it, but I do believe that Amazon MGM, this movie Red One was intended to be a Christmas themed like shared universe franchise. So like this would be the Iron Man of their Christmas cinematic universe with like TV show tie-ins and stuff like that.
Fuck me.
Sometimes,
Fuck me.
sometimes
That sounds incredible.
so sometimes at night I get on both knees and I pray. And
Okay.
I pray and I wish that nobody ever said the words, you're a part of a bigger universe than you knew, huh? And you say, you don't know, you think you're the very first superhero? I am Iron Man. Like I wish nobody ever initiated that fucking conversation, because ever since then, everybody. I
Yep.
played Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige, this is fucking your
I
fault.
played Kevin Feige and Robert Downey Jr. Those are the two people I
You
played.
kickstarted this shit, and now everybody want to do it.
You know, look.
Can somebody tell my mom to get her own account so that she can stop using Mason to deliver messages to me?
You know what?
Yeah,
Shout out to
Mimi,
Mason for being the
Mimi,
messenger.
you can just sign up. Like, just it's
Join the Patreon.
log
Like,
in with your Gmail, and that's your YouTube login. Like, just do that.
the
you don't have to live like this.
it doesn't have to be like this.
Like
I don't know, man. Like, it just like a Christmas cinematic universe. Like, do people hear themselves?
it's gotta be
Oh!
This was
successful.
never. This
You
was
mean
never
there
gonna
is
be a
such
thing.
a thing as too much Christmas in this world? You mean to tell me that that's not something you people would want to see?
You people.
Yeah, you Christmas people.
Classic.
Fuck do you mean, you people?
You heard me. What if I just doubled down?
Double down?
Just like, yeah, I said what I said. Like, but here's what I'll say. I will say this. I do think that this will eventually turn for him, because I'm seeing similarities between, if you've ever listened to Matthew McConaughey talk about when he was in like every single rom-com from like 1997 to 2005,
I like where you going.
what he said was, I had to do that. And eventually I just said, I've got money. I can start doing the things that I want to do.
That's fair.
And it took us a while for those to kind of catch on. And I don't wonder if we're seeing something similar here. Now, time will be the ultimate testament to this, right? Like, because there were some there towards the end where Matthew was doing the things he wanted to do. Do y'all remember the movie Sahara, where they had to go around the world to find a Civil War ship filled with gold?
I enjoyed that movie.
In the middle of the
It
desert.
was fine. It was
But in terms of like renown and acclaim, did not do well. You know,
for sure. It's a classic. It's a classic now. But I understand definitely what it's a classic amongst us.
It's a good mid-budget
It's a good,
TNT
fine,
Sunday
for
afternoon
sure.
action movie.
But you're right,
And
it's
I
not
think
world renowned.
And that's where we're running into trouble, right? Is because 10 years ago, 20 years ago, when there was a TNT that you could put this stuff on,
Right.
Dwayne's making money hand over fist, and it doesn't matter. It's just the world he's living in now is a lot more judgmental because it has too many options for them to be like, well, I could spend time with this. Now, so I think eventually this will turn, and I'm telling you, it's going to take it'll be like an A24 hit, or it'll be an indie that he agrees to help finance from a director nobody's heard before, where he plays, you know, a villain, and it's going to be incredible. And we're all going to sit back and go, I knew it. Like, I was with my man the whole time. And we're going to forget about the Black Adams, Red Ones of the world.
And I think, isn't Smashing Machine,
That's
that's the eight. I mean, Doug, I
think that's it.
I agree. I feel like that's probably what he's looking to do with that. I feel like he wants that movie to come out and be like, yeah, like I'm more than just the muscle. Like I can do this. And honestly, I'm rooting for him. Like, I'm kind of like dunking on this quote because it is funny.
It's hilarious.
I'm sorry. Like, you cannot look at this quote and not think it's hilarious.
You can watch somebody make apple juice and be like, oh shit, this apple juice is delicious. We could do this for Red One, and it would be amazing. Like, it's just like Or watching people put fruit in a smoothie, and he's like, "Oh fuck, you could just combine stuff in a blender and it's juice. Oh shit, we could do this for Red One."
The
It'd be
idea
incredible.
of The Rock just
hilarious
discovering
to
shit
me.
for the first time
It's
and then saying
so
we could do
funny.
the Red One is funny as fuck.
That's the Disney Plus series we need.
It's
Like,
funny
forget
as
the
fuck.
monster trucks. I just
Honestly.
want Dwayne
Discovering
Johnson
life with Dwayne Johnson.
to like
also-
go work at a Wendy's and just, like,
Oh, fuck,
just
you
for a
gotta put the
day.
fries in the fryer.
That
Shit,
boy
we could
could-
do this for Red One. It'd be incredible.
I also want to Doug's point, I do think that there will be a turn. Also, what are these businesses and production companies promising him when they present when this crosses his table? Because he got fucked over with Black Adam, right? Somebody told him that Black Adam was going to be the next big thing on top. Somebody is telling him that Red One is going to be this multiverse and we see potential. They said the same thing with Jumanji. The difference is Jumanji was successful. It was a hit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I think he's got I think Doug made a fantastic point. You got to pick and choose very wisely. You can't just do it because it's on the table. It's easy for people to present The Rock a movie. You got to start picking and choosing what defines it. Like John Cena. John Cena don't do everything now. He also had his moment where they were doing fucking terrible fucking wrestling movies that transition.
Yeah. I mean,
I would be surprised if they're saying we'll give you a percentage of the profit.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is
you gotta
why
pick something.
which is why he goes so hard on the production on the
Agreed.
promotion.
yeah. Yeah.
He says, I'll be in it, but I get 10% of whatever its gross box office is. And that's why he'll put his media train behind it because it's money. He's basically like, I can invest my time and pay myself here. And I mean, it's got to be something like that. Well, and in that case, I wonder if that's maybe the problem is he sees too much of it. It's too much. Whereas, like, using the same analogy, Matthew McConaughey wasn't saying he was getting paid and then he was like, he would get some residual from when the money would continue to make money, but that was it. He could move on. Dwayne's tied himself so much. Dwayne, like, we're friends. The Rock has done this thing where he's tied so much of his identity to things that it's becoming harder to sever than it was back in the day.
100%. I mean, I think, and I think here's the thing. It worked from like 2000. I'm going to say at least 2016 to 2022. Like, this is going to be that time period for him. Kind of like how Gwyneth Paltrow, for some reason, was everywhere from like 1997 to 2001.
And then
not the
nowhere
same
all of a sudden.
But, and then she was an Iron Man and she got some good paydays. And honestly, I don't blame her.
She went out on top.
She did a few other things, and then she's like, "I'm done. I'm gonna make Goop, and I'm done." And now she's
is that a thing or a product?
That's her company.
It's her company, and she makes candles that smell like her vagina.
Yes, she definitely does that. Doug's face is priceless.
You know what? I also can make a candle that smells like my vagina. That would look great in
Why
Red
is it
One.
only Gwyneth Paltrow? That's my question.
That would look great in Red One.
Oh shit! You can make candles that smell like your private parts. We should do this for Red One. It'll be amazing. Your mom.
This is an amazing crossover.
You know, your mom would say that that's a fish scented. That's what your mom would say.
She would say that.
She would. Yeah, I'm doing that. I'm playing to my audience that's in the live at the moment.
Anyway, it's so. I don't even know how to.
Gwyneth Paltrow and The Rock hate us. So congrats.
Probably.
That's fine.
He didn't even get to the part where we showed him love. He just
he went. Oh man,
Dwayne Johnson.
I've heard of smoothies before. Click.
Like, Dwayne Johnson is cemented in my children's psyche at this point. So, because he's in Moana. Oh wow.
This man is
more smells for the candles in the chat.
Yo.
Wow.
I mean, we're gonna see Moana 2 next week. I mean, that's gonna be our Thanksgiving movie. So I mean,
is it?
Yeah, Moana 2's next week.
Yeah. We'll be on a programming note. We'll be reviewing Wicked for the pod Monday. So we're gonna be doing that.
Next week's pod is gonna be Wicked.
Not wicked.com though. It's not wicked.com.
No, it's wicked.org.
What the fuck wrap this pod up. What the fuck is going on?
I think you're right.
You
know
can
what?
record. You can record your voice and put it on the internet. We should do this for Red One. It'll make our shit amazing. Gentlemen, anything else that you want to say for this week's podcast?
No.
Fuck no.
All right. What do we got to plug?
I'm here to
God.
plug
You know.
the Etsy shop for the Love Nerds. So you can head on over to etsy.com/shop/the Love Nerds. You can go check out all of the offerings from my wife on her Etsy shop. And you can also go check out her website, thelovenerds.com.
Oh shit! You can make your stuff and sell it on Etsy. We can do this for Red One. Red One would be amazing. Marcus,
How the fuck is that not getting old? It's still making me laugh.
It's
That's
still
so
making me
stupid.
smile.
You do whatever you do. Follow the mantra. Never offended, always humble. Go stream extortion. Right
Yes.
now. Run
it.
those streams up. Tell me what's your favorite. Do you love the Mocha Cowboy or do you love Big Texas? You know what I mean? Tell me who's your favorite. It's really split right now. But yeah, go stream that. Go stream some Soul Tie. SOULTYE. Shout out to Jarrell. Shout out to everybody that helps with the music, supports the music, and everything like that. Shout out to the AV Lounge. And shouts out to all you beautiful people out there living the mantra, following the mantra, never offended, always humble.
yeah, absolutely. I want to plug this podcast. Hey, if you enjoyed our silliness and me being betrayed yet again by Al Gore's internet twice, go ahead and recommend us to a friend or a family member. I'm not going to be able to fix that internet by myself.
That's true.
And if you're feeling,
it takes a village.
if you're feeling generous or if you want to help produce the podcast, go over to patreon.com/films in black and white. Sign up for our tiers there. We would love to have you a part of the Patty family. Gentlemen, we have a 3-step process to success.
Follow us on Twitch.
We are also on Twitch.
Yes.
Brian, what is that first step?
Hey, folks, I'm here to tell you to read a book.
Read a
And
book.
I'm telling you to read a book because maybe then you won't be in a situation in your life where you see something and you say, hey, I got to put this in Red One. Maybe you could have read about IMAX in a book.
That's a very great point. That's a very great point.
That's very true.
Marcus, what's that second step, sir?
Oh, baby, you want to make sure that you drink some water. You know what I mean? Drink some water. It's good. It was very wet outside today. Just very windy and wet outside today. I hated that. It's windy and wet.
It sure is, Marcus.
We didn't say anything.
Just drink some damn water.
Didn't say anything. The third step is to, hey, while you're drinking that water, use some of that water to wash your ass, clean it off. You're about to spend time with family members, and you don't want, politics at the Thanksgiving table to be the only thing people are talking about. You don't want them to talk about your stench or your
For
smell.
the love of God.
Please clean up before you go and spend any time with relatives because it's important. So yeah, step 3, wash your ass. As Brian said, we will be back next week with Wicked. Very excited to talk about that. So we will see you next week. But in the meantime and in the between time, stay safe, stay healthy. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We will catch y'all next week.
I have no snare in my headphones.
Me neither.
No snare.
Me neither. What the fuck? This is such a classic.
Oh
man.
shit! You can put snare in your headphones.
Yo,
Move that red one.
Red One. It'd be fucking amazing.
I can't believe he's like, I've never seen the IMAX film.
I've been tested and demonstrated to get.
Man, Wayne,
you can be white and rap. We should do this for Red One. It'd be fucking amazing.
Wayne, come with me. Come. I'm gonna just show you a bunch of stuff that I think is great. Okay.
What's the difference than just sitting in Chris's seat as opposed to sitting in your
You
own
really wanted to
fucking-
sit in Christopher Nolan's seat, I guess. That's what he wanted, but they told him no. Somebody told him no. At least somebody did.